Hey, what's up, friends? You got Gypsy back here today, bringing you something we haven't had on the channel for a while now. We got a Showdown live, a nice Showdown live, and I was talking to my boys, top tier boy and Matty Brolic, and we're just talking shit about Sun and Moon, getting pretty excited, hyping one another up about, how the meta's gonna change, how potential new megas, how all the CMOs are going to affect the meta, all that sort of stuff. And it got me in the mood to jump on the ladder. I haven't had one of these in a while. I've been pretty flat out with league matches, so that's kind of why. And obviously real life, I don't have as much time as I'd like, but I got a bit more free time now, so I figured I'd jump on the ladder and bring you guys a pretty fun team. I don't like to use like real tryhard teams in these Showdown lives because it's kind of boring to see the same repetitive teams, team archetypes used over and over. So this is a pretty fun one. Well, that's what I think. I hope you guys enjoy the teams I use anyway. But this is the team we're bringing today. We got nice bandits slacking. We got Scarf Magazone, Aviazer. We need some sort of switch into stuff like the laddies. Then we have nice Rocky Helmet Lando, nice Lop and T Spikes Strigalgy with the Draco plate. So. The basic premise behind this team is the slacking kind of breaks answers to Lopunny. They typically share like similar counters, stuff like Lando, Garchomp. This slacking actually OHKOs Garchomp with Giga Impact if it is like the Fat Rock set, which I don't know, I haven't really been seeing around that much, but if we run into that, that's going to go down. Lando takes 1 billion from Giga Impact, and which really just gives Lop a lot of room late game to clean up. I have T-Spikes on Strigalgy, as I mentioned earlier, to aid Lopunny in wearing down teams in conjunction with Fake Out. It really does appreciate the Toxic Spike support. And I do have the Azurian rule to be somewhat of a switch into Defog Laddies. Pretty standard Assault Vest set on the Azu. And as I said, we got Rocky Helmet on the lander. We need some sort of bird check answer. I do have Magnezone, which is a decent like Talon check, but like if it's a fast Talon with with Flare Blitz, then like Magnezone dies if it's at +2. But that's not really too common, apart from on those bird spam teams. So we should be good. I've used this team a fair bit. It's quite fun. But we'll grab a match and see how we go. I haven't used this account because, as I mentioned, I haven't been laddering on my main or my alts in a while, but it's probably like kind of low, but that's alright. We'll grab some and see if we can climb a bit. This dude's got a pretty interesting team. Grumpy Rhino, a nice Mega Sableye and Dragonite balance, I guess. I kind of like it, I like the nice Firewater Grass core he's got going on. Nice fair resists on deck. But I don't really see. Okay, he just forfeits. Man, that sucks. I was looking forward to playing this guy. He doesn't really have a reliable way of removing hazards outside of Defog Dragonon or Defog Sizzle, so that would have been nice. But what can you do? He saw the power of slacking, and he didn't want to face it. So we'll grab another one. All right, so we have. Ooh, this is looking nice. Nice rain with Superior. So that's a really nice way to wear down resistances to rain. He's got Zapdos. Yeah, pretty interesting team. Rocks Merc this guy. So if I can get Lando's rocks up, I can really pressure the Taunt and the Zapdos. Toxic Spikes are also fantastic, wearing down these 3 fuckers. But the Zapdos is a bit of an issue. For sure, and he has his own zone. So I'm just going to lead off with slacking because what exactly on his team is going to switch in and take a Giga Impact? So this guy, I don't think Swampert is the answer. We're just going to click Giga Impact here, unless he has Protect, which would really suck, which he could well have Protect. But chances are he's just going to switch out to something like Magnezone maybe. Yeah. So that takes 74, so that's massive. And now we can just, we're locked in obviously, but that's alright. He just flash cannons me there. And now I'm going to trap him with my own zone, because I do want to keep around my slacking to just OHKO the Politoed. To be able to OHKO the Politoed, to be able to OHKO the Zapdos, more than likely. Yeah, see, Flash Cannon, I don't think Volt probably won't take Magnezone out at this range. I'd like to Volt, but something tells me this is specs for sure, because that flash cannon damage. Yeah, that flash cannon damage is definitely specs. Which means that Volt's only going to do 19 to 22. That's pretty unfortunate. I'm just going to have to click HP Fire, which does invite in his Politoed and his Swampert, which does suck. Either way, really, like, I'm going to have to click HP Fire here, because either way, like, his Swampert comes in even if I click T-Volt. If I click anything, if I stand in Flash Cannon, then it just invites in his Zapdos. So we're just going to take him out here with the HP Fire. Unfortunately, so we remove this threat, which is nice, but you know, Magnezone can't outspeed Taunt, it can't outspeed obviously Swampert in rain, but it can outspeed the Superior, which could be quite nice. That's definitely something to consider. I'm just going to go into Lando here and set up my rocks. If he wants to set up his own, that's fine. If he wants to Ice Punch, then I live. But he just sets up his own rocks, and like, rocks pressure his team so much more than they pressure mine. This team doesn't really care too much about hazards, so he takes that chip, which is fine. I'm fine with that. Keeping this thing's intimidated. I'm definitely going to keep this Lando around. Keeping Magnezone around would be nice for the Superior, but like, I suppose if I weaken Swampert, I have a pretty safe time vaulting around. But at the same time, like, this yeah, now that Magnezone's down, like, Slacking gets a kill every time it comes in, so it's not worth sacking off my Slacking. I'm just gonna go out to my Magnezone. I've got Lopunny to check the Superior, and he just goes for the Ice Punch there, and he freezes me. Brilliant. Okay, so he's going to probably EQ here or switch out. If he switches out, it's most likely going to be into Zapdos or Politoed. I'm going to go out into my Lando here. In case he wants to switch out to his Politoed, I can get the U-turn momentum. As he does, he goes out to his Zapdos. Okay, that's fine. So this thing's going to be faster than me. I'm not going to stay in and risk dying to an HP Ice. I'm just going to go into my Zapdos here, and I'll potentially get up my T-Spikes, which is going to be really nice, as he does fire up the HP Ice, but he's lefties, so it's not going to be doing too much. T-Spikes would be really nice. If he wants to defog Rocks away, then that's fine. Like, I can get my T-Spikes up here, and then just fire off a Draco. But I'm going to fire off a Sludge Wave first, just to gauge the damage. But he does opt to. Oh, we get a nice crit. Okay, that's fine. He opted to HP Ice me. That's fine. I can now click Draco. If he wants to roost up, he'll go down. And if he wants to defog hazards, then I get rid of this Zapdos, which is nice. So that is fine. We get rid of Zapdos. So that's another check to my Lando out of the way. That was definitely a nice crit for us, but you know, we usually get hacks in this shit all the time, so I'm sure we'll get our fair share of hacks back against us in return. He could easily go out to Swampert here, even Superior, and just fire for Dragon Pulse if he does have it. He opts to go out to his Swampert, and I'm just going to sack off Magnezone. I've got no reason to keep it. Like, sub could be an issue here. Is definitely something I could be concerned about. He could well go out into his Superior here on my attempt to Thor and get up a sub, which wouldn't be very nice at all. But I don't want to risk switching anything into like an EQ if he stays in, so I'm just going to stay in and try and Thor as he gets up his rocks, which is not nice. I'm just going to stay Flash Cannoning. He does fire off the EQ, so I was slower than this Swampert, I think. Yeah, I was slower than with my Lando, so that's pretty unfortunate. I am just going to go into my Slacking and click Retaliate, as this should take him out. I'm just gonna run the calc just quickly. Retaliate is pretty damn strong. For those of you guys who might not know, Retaliate's power is doubled after you take a mon out. After one of your own mons gets taken down, so it's pretty strong, and it allows me to switch out the next turn. Yeah, so Retaliate should take him out. Yeah, Retaliate's definitely taking him out at that range of health, even if he does have a bit of HP investment. So Politoad just goes down, just drops the Retaliate, so yeah, get out of my sight. Slacking, putting in that work. Now Sucker Punch is still nice and useful for the Taunt, as well as the Superior. The unfortunate thing is he's got Rain Up now, so Swampurt's going to be an issue, but I do have Sucker Punch on this, as I said, so that's pretty nice. I don't really see a point in keeping Dragalge around because he will die to a Dragon Pulse from the Serp. I've got Aqua Jet on Azu as well as Sucker Punch on the Slacking, so that is very nice. I can just go out to Lop here. So he could be potentially Assault Vest, which will be interesting. Fake Out here either way is my best play, as it reduces like one more turn of Rain down. If he's like a fat Assault Vest spread, then I might not kill him with Fake Out plus Return, but he just goes out to his Swampert there, which is completely fine by me. I'm just going to force him to take a bit of chip by hitting the Rocky Helmet of Lando, as that is perfectly fine. And now I can just go back out into Lopunny. This is tough because I could go out into Lopunny and click Fake Out, but if he's Damp Rock Politoad, then Rain's going to be up for quite a while longer. So I think my best play is just to go out into my Azu and click Play Rough in case he wants to switch out to his Superior. Which he might well do, as he does. So we get that right, and that is very nice for us. We get a big chunk off. And we should be able to live this actually, because we are a Assault Vest, so we will be able to live his Leaf Storm. As you can see, we eat that up quite nicely. He's left his variant, so I'm surprised how much that did. Superior is pretty weak. This should be in range to die from return. I'll just calc it just real quick. Yeah, so that is in range to die from a return. Oh shit, sorry guys, my Earthwest. Yeah, so I'm just going to click Aqua Jet here. And that does a ton, that does over 50 with... We actually lived that, that's crazy. With the Assault Vest, so yeah, Azu really coming through there. I could have clicked Waterfall, but I didn't count that because I didn't calc that because I'm lazy. I'm so used to Life Orb Taunt on these sort of teams, even though we did see earlier that he wasn't Life Orb Taunt. I really think Life Orb Taunt is better on these sort of teams, as you have stuff like Zapdos already to tank hits. Like even like Spidef Zapdos still walls Talon and Pinsir, so like I don't know. You have like fat Politoad, potentially fat Zapdos. Like I don't really think you need fat Taunt on a team like this. I think the breaking power is more appreciated, but you know, each their own. I'm sure he's got a good reason for having it, but like, I guess another Lati check, but I don't know, this team is not that weak to Lati. He just forfeits there as we get the win. Like Lopunny was going to clean up anyway, so we'll jump into another. Alright guys, we're back, and yeah, I just paused it because it was taking a long time to get a game, but we do have one here up against a really cool team. This dude has Mega Sceptile by the look of it with Reuniclus. Reuniclus a really nice Mega Medicham switch in, as well as a nice Lopunny counter. Very, very nice team. He's got stuff like the Weaver, which is always a threat. And it's definitely a threat to my team because, you know, Asha kills, you know, Icicle Crash kills the Lando, kills the fucking Dragalge. Knockoff does a ton to everything. I've got Lop for it, which is pretty nice, but yeah, I definitely see T-Spikes doing work versus his team because it affects potentially 4 if Reuniclus isn't Magic Guard. of the 6 members, and he doesn't really have a way of getting rid of hazards at all, by the looks of it. So I am going to lead off with, again, my my slacking right here. If he wants to lead off with his Lando, then I can just switch out to my Lando and get my own rocks up, as he does. He could be a choice scarf variant of Lando with a rocks Heatran, which is definitely worth scouting for. But I am just going to go out into my Lando here. If he does a U-turn, he's probably going to go out into his Azu, but he doesn't, which is pretty nice. So I can set up my own rocks. This does invite in his Sceptile, which could be a problem, but he just goes out into his Azu here, which is pretty nice. So I'm in a situation here where if this is Belly Drum Azu, which it very well could be, like, getting damage off with the Lando is more important than switching out and preserving it, because the only thing this really does is help check his Landorus, which I have Azu, Ice Punch, Lop, and the slacking for. So I'm just going to click Earthquake. As does a clean 50, SE Waterfalls, and that does take me out. That is banded. That is definitely banded. Banded Azu, so I'll just calc that just quickly, but I'm pretty sure that is banded Azu. And if it is, I'm going to go out into my Dragalge and get up my Toxic Spikes for sure. He is, yeah, definitely banded Azu. And he actually got a really high, if he got like a really low roll there, we would have lived, but that's okay. I am just going to go in here and set up my T-Spikes now. He's probably going to go out to his Heatran, which is fine. He can go out to his Heatran. It can't really do too much to Dragalge, even if he is like an Earth Power variant, because Dragalge is really fat. You see 202 on the SPDF. And I do have my AV Azu to switch in if I need to. Yeah, he does preserve the Azu, which is a good play on his part. And right here, yeah, he's interesting. He's SPDF Heatran, but he's lefties Heatran. He could be fast lefties Heatran for Sizzle, which would make a lot of sense as Sizzle really destroys this guy's team. So this is probably a fast Heatran, like a fast offensive Heatran, or maybe even just max speed, max HP. I'm just going to fire for Focus Blast as he tries to taunt me there, which is nice. We do hit, and this is a ton. So yeah, this is definitely a fast Heatran, which makes a lot of sense if you look at his team. Mega Sizzle just sets up on so much, beats the Azu, beats the Weavile, sets up on the Lando, beats the Sceptile +2, beats Reuniclus with ease. So yeah, nice fast Heatran, makes a lot of sense there. He's likely going to Earthbow here, but I don't really have a reason to preserve my Dragalge. Banded Azu can outspeed and kill me with Play Rough. Weavile kills me, set up bait for the Reuniclus at +1. It's nice for the Sceptile, I suppose. That is definitely something to consider. It is nice for the Sceptile, to which I don't really have much else for, apart from Lop and Sucker. So I'm just going to go out to my Azu here. So he makes the switch out to his Reuniclus, which is interesting play. But I suppose he wanted to calm mind up on my Draco, on my Sludge Wave next turn, so I'm just going to click Knock Off here. If he goes down to his Odin Azu, he will go down to the combination of Rocks, Toxic, and Knock Off. If he wants to go to a Sceptile, I'll happily get that damage off him. The fact that I don't have much for the Sceptile is alright, because I do have Fake Out on Lop with the Toxic Spike damage, which will be racking up, which is definitely nice. This is more than likely physically defensive Reuniclus, because, as I said, it's a nice, pretty nice check to Mega Medicham, as nothing else in this guy's team can really take it on, barring Delano T, but that thing just gets destroyed by an Ice Punch. So yeah, it should be able to eat this knockoff pretty well, but at least we take away the lefties. We scout his set a bit. If he's a Carmine set, then he's Colbur. Okay, so he's Colbur for he's a potential lure set for the Weavile, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to click Waterfall here in case we get the flinch. Does a decent amount as he starts to calm mind up. So he's probably going to recover here. So I am just going to go out into my... I'm going to go out into my slacking on his... Okay, so he Psyshocks there. Interesting, he was willing to let this thing go down. But I can just press Giga Impact here. He could easily sack the Azu or just go into the Lando, which I'd be more than happy with if he wanted to do that. But ideally he'll stay in here and heal up. Which would mean I'd take out this massive threat as we miss the Giga Impact, so that's fucking brilliant. And now we die to rocks, so must be really nice. That's okay though. I think the combination of we should be able to take him out with a Draco actually from this range. I'm just gonna calc this just quickly. So Draco does 55 to 65 at +1. So it's a roll. Like I don't really want to take the chance. I am just gonna go into Azu and just start firing off waterfalls, hoping for the flinch. If he does decide to Psyshock me again, like he decided to the first turn, which is very very strange, I don't agree with that. Then like he could have feared me to be belly drum, like in all honesty, which is a pretty fair play. Like if I were a belly drum set, we get the flinch and crit, which is nice. We only needed the crit at that point because waterfall would have 2-shot. I suppose, yeah, if he considered to me to be belly drum, he may not want to give me the opportunity to belly drum up on a potential recover. So yeah, fair play, I suppose. But yeah, he'll probably go into a Sceptile here, and that's actually really nice if he does, because I live a Leaf Storm and a Giga Drain with my Soul Fest. We saw Serp's Leaf Storm when they did like 44%. This Azu is just so nice to the rest of his team because it takes on the Weavile, Aquajet for the Lando T, but definitely for the Heatran. But the Heatran is pretty low now, so the Heatran will be going down to like any hit from anything on my team. I've got like Skyfall Switch in the back from my Magnezone if I want to trap it. And Lop should be able to wrap up the rest of this game. Looking at it, I'm just going to click player off. Hopefully I don't miss. But I do live the hit from Sceptile. Well, yeah. I do live the hit. I will just calc. It has been a good while since I laid it up, but okay, I stand corrected. I don't live the hit. If he's is that right? I'm not a Soul Vest. Yeah, I don't live that hit, so I will just go out into my Dragalge here, as it was that important. As you guys can see, his team, is he just goes for the HP Fire, predicting, I don't know what, predicting my Magnezone to come in. Yeah, the Magnezone, I suppose he did predict the Magnezone to come in there. Had I stayed in there with the Azu, that would have been fantastic. Good off for player off. But he's just going to Dragon Pulse here, so I'm just going to go into my mag. I have no reason not to. HP Fire won't be able to take me out. It shouldn't be able to take me out. That Dragon Pulse did a lot, but we should be able to just take him out here with a Flash Cannon, plus the toxic damage. If he wants to go into his Heatran, that should go down to the combination of 2 Flash Cannons, plus Stealth Rocks. Yeah, so HP Fire can't actually take me out unless he gets quite a high roll. So I'm willing to take the risk there. Like if he does get the kill, then I can just go into my Lopunny and click Fake Out, get a whole lot of chip damage off with the plus the poison, and force him in a situation where he has to. So he gets the crit. So we're not getting any luck our way this game, which is pretty unfortunate. But luck can come in here. I just click Fake Out. If he wants, he can go into his Rocky Helmet Lando, which would suck actually. So I'm just going to click Ice Punch in case he wants to make that play. If he goes out to his lander here, he can two-shot me with EQ after the Rocky Helmet damage, and I won't be able to kill him with Fake Out plus EQ. So I'll have to take I'll have to take an EQ plus recoil from the Rocky Helmet. So yeah, we do get that play right as we pop him with the Ice Punch, and that does a decent amount. But now we don't have to take an EQ, which is really what we wanted. The Skeptile, after coming in and taking another round of Stealth Rock and poison damage, will be in range to die to another Fake Out next time I switch him with Lopunny. So it does bring it back in, and now I can just go out into my this thing, because it's not this isn't beating Lando, it's not beating Weavile, it's pretty expendable, and it can take a hit if he wants to go for a Leaf Storm, which he does, which is really nice. And now we could be real and go out to my Azu, but that's kind of silly because Azu does huge damage to the rest of these guys. There's no point, if I'm honest. And if he predicts me to make the try hard play, like he may as well just stay in and click Draco. I click Leaf Storm, but he actually doesn't. He just takes me out there. I wanted to risk that, and I can just go right back out into Lopunny. And I'll click Fake Out right here. So he's at 13. Yeah, he does die. I didn't know, like sometimes Showdown shows the percentages wrong, and he could have been actually at like 12. So maybe he was, and that's why he stayed in. I've got no point not to click Ice Punch here. We do take him out. Now Weavile can come in. Weavile's Ice Shard, if he's banded, might actually take me out at this range. So Ice Shard does 31 to 37 if he's Life Orb, and it will kill if I'm banded. So it won't kill if I'm banded, if he's banded, actually. So I can just stand and click return. Yeah, so he's not Life Orb. I think that actually maybe focus sash damage. No, surely not. I don't know. That calc was really weird. He wasn't Life Orb, but it still did quite a bit. Maybe he was like Adamant or some weird set like that. We get the win, so we'll jump onto a new one. Probably the last one alive, as it's gone on for. Oh no, it's only gone for 13 minutes, so I'll just pause it here and we'll grab another one. Alright, so we're back and we have another interesting team in Melodic. You don't really see that much in OU. Pretty nice Firewater Grass. Got the Talonflame. My Talonflame answer is my Lando, and he doesn't really have any other ways to pressure Lando, so that's not too bad. T-Spikes is going to be nice to wear down the Melodic, but that's basically it. And it's really a question of whether I want the Melodic to get the Marvel Scale boost or not. That is really the question. Alright guys, we're back. Sorry about that, I had a phone call I had to take. We're just going to lead off with Lando, and basically like, he leads off with his Melodic. On the off chance this is a like, Lando was a pretty solid lead in case he led with something like his Talon or his own Lando to get up rocks. In case this is a random Scarf Melodic, I'm not even going to risk it, I'm just going to go right into my Dragalge. As he fires up a Scald, so he doesn't get the burn, which is nice. I am just going to click... I'm just going to click Focus Blast in case he wants to go out to his Pharaoh, but he doesn't. Wow, okay, so he's a Spit F Melodic. With Mirror Coat, which is pretty cool, pretty interesting. I want to wear this thing down now. I've decided that, yeah, I'm going to need to wear it down with Lop and T-Spikes. That was pretty unfortunate that he used that set in particular. I'm just going to get up one more layer. Like, of course he has Defog on the Laddie, but, you know, there's not really much I can do about that. This team kind of struggles with... this team kind of struggles with Melodic, if I'm honest. I'll get the Draco damage off and then revenge him with a Retaliate from my slacking. So he can just recover up here, which is kind of annoying. That's okay though. I'm just going to go out to my slacking hard on his melodic right here, as he does recover up. So now I can just click Gear Impact. I've got the Fire Punch for the potential Pharaoh switch in, but he does just sack off that crit didn't matter. That was dying any day of the week. Banded Adamant. So I should be able to live a I'll be able to live a Draco from here if he wants to drop one, but he is okay, so he's a Defog Mega Ludi, which is really cool. Really cool for sure. Now he's probably going to go into his Pharaoh here on my anything really. I'm just going to go out into my Mag Zone as we do catch the Pharaoh, which is really nice. We can eliminate this fat threat from his team, which really blocks Azu from doing things. It blocks Dragalge from firing off Dracos and Sludge Waves. That's really nice. He actually misses the leech. Unless you have Protect, I don't really think it mattered. Which is cool. So we eliminate the Pharaoh, which is a massive hindrance to the Azu and everything on my team really. Now Slacking can just spam Retaliate. He really doesn't have an answer for it. The Clef is going to outspeed my Dragalge, so it's the most expendable mon on my team at the moment, so I'm just going to sack it off in case he wanted to go for that, but he just sets up his rocks, which is kind of annoying. But I can set up my own. It's not really worth going. Is it worth going? No, yeah, I'm just going to go into my Lando in case he wants the EQ here. If he wants the U-turn out into Laddie, I'll sack off the Dragalge. This is my talent check, and he's a lefty's variant. Okay, that's good to know. This is my talent check, which is something to keep in mind. But even at above 50, like I should be able to check it reasonably well. And I do have Fake Out plus the Scarf on the Mag Zone there. So if he's like a slower defensive with this Mega Laddie, like these sort of team archetypes, he's fat, balanced, like Melodic is a bit out of place, but typically this is going to be a Spit F Talonflame on a team like this. So I can just U-turn out now and sack off my Dragalge and bring in Slacking to basically click Retaliate. He doesn't really have much that wants to switch in. This Lando should take a lot from this attack. Do I lose much by going for Giga right here? If he's, yeah, I kind of do actually, because he could be SD Talon, so the ability to switch out is very nice, and you guys see Retaliate straight clean Okos that Lando. He was at 95, so did a ton. It's not like he was like severely weakened or anything. That's Slacking, just putting in other work, living up to its name. Yeah, so Talonflame can definitely come in here. I'm just going to go right out into my... I'm going to go out into my Lando just to get the initial soften the blow if he's like an SD set, which he is. He's not, he could be no item acro. Is he? Interesting. Okay, so his EV spread is wrong because he's at 50% off the rocks, which he shouldn't be. He should be at 51. So this dude has mucked up that, but I'm just going to click Stone Edge right here. He takes me out, which is cool. And I can now force, I really can actually force into Brave Bird. I'm just going to stay in, I'm just going to go into my Lop here. He can pretty freely go into his Laddie, but Laddie then has to defog, like it's forced to defog to get rid of the rocks for Talon. And now it's really forced to just attack my Lop. If I return here, so his defog, he's probably Roost, Ice Beam, T-Bolt, something like that. I'm just going to scout by going into my Mag Zone. There's his Psyshock, which is very nice. I can just start firing off flash cannons here because eventually I got the Spit F drop as we do get a crit. He's Draco, so he's Draco, possibly Roost, Psyshock, Defog. Interesting set. Okay, alright dude. So yeah, that is how he wants it to play out. So maybe he isn't Roost, maybe he's like a third attack. He just doesn't have coverage to hit Magnezone. I don't know. I would have roosted there for sure, because like the game wasn't over. Like Megaladi is such a monster that it could have. It wouldn't have beaten Nazu. That's the thing. As you guys see, Flash Cannon from Scarf Magnezone does a ton. So yeah, Clefable is not living that. So yeah, we get that win. That's pretty nice. Just slacking, putting in the work is what I like to see. We'll grab one more. Yeah, this normal spam team is pretty fun. If you guys want to use the team, and you don't feel like piecing the team together by watching the video, you guys want the link to the team, then let me know in the comments, and I'll put it in the description down below. This is a really cool team. I like this. He's got the Azu, Volcarona, probably a Meta Megagross, and he's got the Staraptor, so definitely a threatening team. Crazy strong team actually. I do have some pretty nice answers to his Volcarona. He's probably going to be Rocks Chomp, which makes me want to lead with my slacking just to get a kill, which I think I'm going to do. If he leads with Staraptor. Okay. Let me run some calcs here because slacking is pretty fat. Yeah, so I actually live a Adamant Banded hit from this dude, so I'm just gonna click. I am gonna click Giga Impact 100%. If he wants to U-turn out and go into his chomp, I'm fine with that. As he goes for Final Gambit, okay, interesting. So he fails to take me out, and now I'm not locked into Giga Impact. So that's very nice. I guess he didn't know, but like Banded Bravebird would have done more. So yeah, that's unfortunate for this dude. But now I'm just going to go out into... I really just want to go out into my Azu here because he doesn't really have much for it. He might be Pacho set, but even... Yeah, okay, so my Assault Vest is coming through there. He's actually Focus Sash, so that's interesting. Very interesting set. Maybe that was HP Ground for Heatran. I'm going to assume that's what it was. I'm just going to Jet here. Hopefully I don't get burnt. As we don't get burnt, so that's very nice. Yeah, definitely an interesting team. He's going to Psyshock here, but I have no reason not to knock off. He has got Energy Ball, so I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry for the quality of these games. They're definitely not like... This is what happens when you don't ladder for ages and your accounts decay. You get this sort of stuff happening. I'm just going to go right out into my Magnezone. He's not going to EQ here. He's just going to BP. Okay, interesting. I'm going to Volt Switch here and go into my Lando on the EQ or the Hammer-On. So yeah, he does EQ, so that's pretty nice for us. I got no reason like not to just EQ. Like if he wants to go into his Garchomp, he Mega Evolves right here. He clicks Ice Punch. Okay, so I don't know. I can't really explain like why he wouldn't. Oh, he was not Mega Evolving because he didn't want to get the Intimidate. So that was a good play. That was a good play. But now I'll just go back out to my zone and click Volt Switch. Really, I have no reason not to. Like, yeah, losing Lando there. I kind of got lulled into a false sense of security. This guy didn't know what he was doing, but that's what happens. T-Bolt won't kill from this range, I don't think, because Mega Metagross is really fat. Actually, it will kill, and I keep underestimating Magnezone. He's actually pretty strong. But Mega Metagross has a lot of Spit F. It's like, yeah, he's got base 110 Spit F, so I wouldn't have thought that killed. Scarf is just so weak in comparison to Specs. But I can go out now into... really just into... I should keep this around in case he's Scarf Chomp. Scarf Chomp can't kill Lopunny, which is nice. Keeping Sucker around could be nice, but then it dies his Aqua Jet, and I don't want him to be banned and lose to the belly drum on my like turn where I have to taunt, slack off, whatever. So right here, I'm just gonna go into Lopunny. 339 at 2 outspeed, and I can just click Ice Punch. Yeah, so we Scarf, he doesn't crit, which is nice, so we kill. So now preserving Fake Out is pretty important. If he's banded, then if he's Belly Drum, that's going to be an issue. If he's banded, just run this calc real quick. Azu. Player F doesn't kill. Player F doesn't kill Dragalge if he's not banded. And if he's Belly Drum, he's going to Belly Drum here, so return is my play. As he does Belly Drum, which is really nice. And so now we can just sack off. We can sack off Dragalge, really. He's not going to be. So we Jets. We crits. We'll just be able to Fake Out. Clean up with Lop right here, because we can just Fake Out. And if this doesn't kill, we sack Mag, and then repeat the process. So there we go, we grab the win. So slacking, putting in the work, living the final gambit from the Staraptor. Yeah, just echoing everything, echoing the melodic. Really a fun mon to use. If you guys wanna mess around with the team, let me know. If you guys wanna mess around with the team, let me know. It is pretty fun to use, and I'll post it in the comments. And if not, that's totally fine. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Let me know what you guys thought of slacking and the team in the comments. And if you guys aren't already subbed to my channel, then feel free to subscribe. I post, these showdown lives every once in a while. My main focus is on the draft league format for any new people watching my videos, but the rest of my friends already know what I'm about. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.